Invading the internet, covering Web 2.0, coast to coast, worldwide, and everywhere in between. This is where you put the social in social media. We are Social Blade.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 39 of the Social Blade Show.
Does that mean the next week is 40?
40!
We're so 40.
Yeah, if you learn to count in the same place I did, it is.
we are like, well, I didn't go to your school. I went to a different school than you, but we did, and my school was also 40 as well. And greetings and welcome to everybody. I don't know, I'm going to spring a little surprise. I don't think my co-hosts, my beautiful, wonderful, and amazing co-hosts know anything about this, but today's show is brought to you in 3D. So if you have 3D glasses, go ahead and grab them, and you can only watch it on my screen because you'll see me going. Well, I'm not actually doing anything physical, moving back and forth on the camera or anything like that. That's actually the magic of 3D. I consulted with Steven Spielberg this morning, and he said that we should do it. So me and Steve go way back, and I said, let's just do it. We're going to do it 3D here in live in beautiful Southern California. That's where I am.
So
I don't know where.
Who are you anyway?
Wait, though.
I need an introduction. Did you know who I am? I'm J.D. Rucker. Okay. I occasionally bust out in random song. So yeah, J.D. Rucker. One of the co-hosts of the Blade Show.
I'm Erin Ryan, and I'll just keep it short. But if you do wear 3D glasses, please write it and let us know who's wearing them.
I have some around somewhere, but I don't know where they are. But anyway, I'm Jason Ergo. Yeah. Hey, guys.
And I'm Victor Brer. Nice to be on Social Blade Show.
And Tommy, did you bring your 3D glasses?
Yeah, I have them on right now.
Perfect. Excellent. For those who don't know, just below Jason Ergo on your screen in 3D is Tommy Swanson. Tommy Swanson is a social media and web entrepreneur. He is our special guest tonight, and you will find out why, because if you don't know him already, you will. And this is one of those guys that if you ever have the opportunity to meet like a Bill Gates when he's 18 or something like that, this is it. Okay, so I'm getting Tommy's autograph and making sure that I sign him to his book deal. Otherwise, let's roll with the show. First off, we got this I guess you can call it a serious thing. Our friend to the east, well, to my east and to everybody else's west, Tom Shortener is participating and helping out with the spreading awareness for the Nashville flood relief. You can go there. You can donate. You could go. I made a Bitly. You can go to bit.ly/Nash Relief, bit.ly/Nash Relief, and help our friends, our fellow Americans, and also people from outside of America who are currently in Nashville. So it's pretty much anyone in the world But anyway, help them by going to the bit.ly/Nash Relief and get involved, raise some money, and let's get some help to those people because they are in severe and desperate trouble. I'll tell you who else is in trouble. I don't know if anybody has heard this story, but this really got Erin riled up to the point to where she said, as a father, no, she's not the father, I'm the father, as the father, should be outraged by the concept that there's a middle school principal somewhere in New Jersey who says that his students should not be on social media. And Ergo, do you have a quote from this particular principal?
Yeah. The quote, basically, he sent out a letter to all the parents telling all the students, that they're not allowed to be on. And one of the things he said in there was, there is absolutely no reason for any middle school student to be a part of a social networking site. Let me repeat that. There is absolutely, positively no reason for any middle school student to be a part of a social networking site. None.
No Facebook, no Twitter, no Digg, no Ning, no nothing. No socializing on the net. That's blasphemy. You know, this guy reminds me of one of those guys that, like, in the 50s were saying, you know, no, kids should not watch television because television is the devil. And then in the 60s, kids should not listen to rock and roll music because rock and roll is the devil. And then in the 80s, people should not be listening to Ronald Reagan because voodoo economics is the devil. These are all the same people, just keep reincarnating themselves into principles. You know, it's kind of funny because my school itself just got done with a strike, and I don't want to go into too many details because I hate dragging my kids into this situation, but I am outraged and
So
personally upset by any students, or I'm sorry, any teachers, administrators, school officials who are willing to impose their opinions onto our children. I personally, my son, he's 15, so he's not in middle school, but even when he was in middle school, he was very active on YouTube. One of his goals and one of his things that he's trying to work on right now is to create a meme. So,
Awesome.
yeah, he wanted to go to RalphaCon with me. It's such a shame that he couldn't go. But
Took the RalphaCon and got his degree in Memology 101.
right, exactly, memology.
so
Putting
JD, I guess you're
No,
saying then you're totally against banning social networks at the home. What about in school
we all?
itself?
Oh, in school? See, to me, social networking is in many ways it's actually the future of education. You know, we see the Microsoft video and then the Apple video that came out shortly thereafter that basically demonstrated how utilizing social networking and the power of the internet to enhance students' abilities to experience things. You know, just think about it like this. Okay, say we'll take a social network like Facebook. Imagine being able to pose questions. You know, you're a student, you're talking like a geography class or history class, and being able to utilizing a Facebook fan page that is specifically geared towards, I'm sorry, not fan page, a Facebook page that is specifically geared towards education about Indonesian education. Say that 5 times fast.
Indonesian education. Okay,
You did. You're going to do it, aren't you?
I'm done.
Yeah, you don't ask him to do it because he'll do it.
You're right. I think it's time. Jason, do you have a song for us, by the way?
No,
You guys got to be able to bust out in song and
I don't sing unless.
JD's
Yeah.
just bust out in random song. It makes for much more.
Well,
No,
I was
I'm not
singing, before the show actually officially started, I was singing the "Got a Dig" song, but.
No, it's not busting out.
How
Though.
about
And your
this?
own
How about
theme
this?
song.
Invading the internet, covering web 2.0, coast to coast, worldwide. Okay, I'm done.
That's not a song either.
no,
but it has music.
it's not a
behind it.
song.
Point being is that social
But-
media can be used, in my opinion, for education. Aaron, take me away before I get too upset.
I'm just going to get more upset because, well, I mean, Jerry brought up a point here that absolutely true did. There was also a story about a school district that wanted to ban any faculty member from having a Facebook page. And, you know, the thing is that if you're in education and you're trying to educate students to stop going towards social media, that's not really doing anything for education purposes. I mean, they are our future and they need to get on board. I'm not saying that you should let your 10-year-old kid go surf the web by themselves. Of course, everything needs to be monitored. And that includes their Facebook page, whether it's that or YouTube or whatever. But, you know, to have it banned and to ask parents to ban it so it stops bullying, I mean, that's just an excuse. Bullying wasn't formed when social networking came into the equation. It was there when the internet began. So I mean, you're not going to stop that. So that's just an excuse. It's infuriating because you can't stop the progress of educating our kids in what is going to be beneficial for them in the way we communicate in our future. And this is our form of communication that we're demanding now. So if it's right now, the demographic is what, 35 to 50 or something like that for just Facebook alone. And it varies across all social networks, but at the same time, it's going to end up getting younger as MySpace decides to go in the hole in the ground. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, my own thoughts.
I'm not trying to be mean.
My own thoughts. I mean, we've talked about this a little on previous shows also, but I definitely think that the kids should have access to these different things. I don't think they definitely should spend any school resources on instructing how to use MySpace or Facebook or any of these things. They shouldn't teach it. but they should not discourage people from using them. I'm just thinking back to myself. When I was their age, the internet was just starting then, so there obviously was no Facebook or MySpace or any of those other things. But I was back then, I was learning how to use IRC, which was a chat that allowed you to interact with the entire world. And I just remember the novelty of being able to talk to people all around the world. Again, this is back in like, I don't know, 95 or so, I think is when I first got online, or 94. And
you in grade at that point?
No, that's like middle school-ish.
Okay, gotcha.
Anyway, Anyway, though, I mean, I definitely wouldn't want them to stop me from using something like that at the time. And there definitely was back then also, bullying and things like that. But you just have to really be educated. And as long as you're mature enough, you don't want to have people who aren't educated at all go on all these sites. They need to be educated about them a little. But I don't think there's any reason they should be banned.
They should ban bowling, is what they should ban.
They should ban texting in school.
They should. I know exactly. Victor, did you have a thought on this, or were
I did, and I think about kind of the other side, of the argument here, and I think there's a few valid concerns. One, maybe it's been decided that teaching your child how to use the web, specifically the social web, and integrate their lives within kind of a social media context should be up to the parents. I mean, JD, if you had to choose between, the local public school system teaching your son or daughter, how to use the social web, wouldn't you want to have, the influence there to be able to teach them the correct and responsible ways to use these things? I mean, do you really want your school teaching your son or daughter how to use Facebook? I don't know.
I guess in a lot of ways I wouldn't. I think that we're bringing up a point that we should probably flesh out in a future episode, because I think that there is a need for certain levels of social media education. The more that I think about it,
I agree.
The more that I think, wow, maybe this guy is not completely off his bonkers rocker something or another, but maybe he's just pointing his energy in the wrong direction. Maybe there does need to be some variation of education, not just for parents and students, but pretty much for anybody out there who wants to know. Maybe there should be a social university, And
I think about social media and things like Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, and interestingly enough, when I think of how things like school systems should approach that subject, something that pops in the mind is like sex ed. Who is it really up to teach, your kids about the birds and the bees? I mean, there's only so much I think that the government can do right in that aspect, that it's got to be a combination of both. It's got to be, teaching responsible use at home, making good habits, not totally abusing or misusing these powerful networks. But then at the same time, being able to put these in practice, in social situations, whether it's at school, in parks and playgrounds, supervised situations. And also another factor that I think you got to take into account is the fact that things like social media can become quite addicting.
I heard.
So it is, yeah. I mean, and that's actually kind of bringing me up to my next point, and that's, social media, or media in general, can create a sort of addiction between the media consumer and a wealth of networks and wealth of communities in pockets of information. And interestingly enough, I forgot which school, but I believe it was University of Maryland.
Yeah, that's
They
correct.
conducted a recent study where they took 200 university students, and I believe they're all freshmen, so 18, 19-year-olds, and they asked them to go 24 hours with no cell phone, no internet, no computer, not even things like radio or text messaging or email. And the results were actually quite surprising. Surprising in the sense that they, basically these scholars came to the conclusion that these kids are addicted. Like, not addicted like, oh, they went 24 hours without email, text messaging, and Facebook, and they're agitated, but they're actually addicted in the sense of there was identifiable withdrawal symptoms, like any other drug. So it's pretty interesting that that's the case, that the way that we, become so connected, and then when we disconnect, creates a feeling of withdrawal, you know? So it's pretty amazing. But what do you guys think?
Go ahead, Aaron.
Well, I think that, with anything, there needs to be moderation, and especially with children, there needs to be monitoring. But I mean, that's the same with video games. They're addicting too, and we let our kids play them. So, I think with anything that's fun and entertaining and you can do on hours at end, then you got to be concerned when it comes to children, because they do need to have, other things to open up their minds and embrace new concepts for their development. And so I don't think doing one thing at all, whether it's social media, whether it's video games, whether it's playing outside, too much is beneficial for the child. So
what is this outside you speak of?
that door looking thing, that rectangle thing, that's the way to outside.
That's the pizza reception portal. There's nothing on there except for the pizza guy.
Interestingly enough, there was an event today that you chronicled very nicely, JD, and that was basically on Reddit when people, there was a time when people weren't able to submit, when it was just going kind of wonky, and for the first time in what could have been weeks, maybe even months, some Reddit users got to go out and see the sun. Did their monthly social outings maybe a few weeks earlier than they intended, but hey, it's a good thing sometimes for people to disconnect, step back, and just experience the world without Twitter, without Facebook, without the web. It's just kind of refreshing. I mean, I know the other world exists, like the non-internet, non-technology world. I couldn't tell you what it's like, but I hear it's pretty darn cool,
I agree. It's funny because one of the comments I put in the article about how many Redditors did their monthly trip to the grocery store, the liquor store, and the barber shop. One of the comments in there was like, yeah, it's funny because I actually did go to the barber shop yesterday. Reddit was down for several hours. It was live, but it was in read-only mode, and during this time you could not submit. And it was very well received considering that it was so poorly written. It's like the idea comes up, and I'm like, oh, crud, throw something out there. And it's like I'm reading it later, and I'm thinking, oh, my gosh, did I write that? Oh,
I honestly thought it was genius, JD, because you made some good points. And I think one of the best points you made was on the title of the Reddit submission. Ironically enough, submitted by you. But it was great because it pointed to the fact that, hey, if there's no submissions to Reddit, what does that mean for Digg? What's going to be submitted to Digg? There's just going to be a standstill of immigrant picks, a standstill of sources that otherwise would probably not squeak their way onto Digg via some power user that probably saw it on Reddit first.
Exactly.
And so, yeah. But back to the original point. Personally, for me, I'm not ready to give up things like my phone, email. Or Facebook or even Digg just yet for 24 hours. Like, that's kind of stretching it. I mean, I go 6 to 8 hours every day of my life without being connected, and that's usually when I sleep. And I mean, I can see how people, once they disconnect from all that, would go through withdrawal symptoms. They'd become agitated. They'd become nervous. They would be going through some sort of stages of physical withdrawal, shaking and tremors. I mean, this happens. They saw this happen to real people. 19, 20-year-old, 18-year-old kids, and it's just amazing that we've become so embedded, from our personal lives, our business lives, into these mediums. That our lives are fundamentally revolve almost around consuming content, sharing content, kind of being in the thick of it all. And when we're taken out of it, we just don't know what to do.
Victor,
you can't watch a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I issue a challenge to you then. Do you think you could actually try to do this over the weekend for the entire one day? Just don't.
You're asking a lot of me, Rico. That's.
I think one of us should try to do this. This would be interesting.
No cell phone. You're asking me to just
be Amish for a day. Be Amish for a day.
Wow.
Amish for a day. That's a good way to spin.
Do it.
Isn't there
I'll get
is there a
back to
holiday?
it.
Is there a holiday called
All right.
Amish Day? There should be.
Here we go. How about this? I won't do it this weekend, but because I got to prepare myself for this. This is kind of a big deal. But I promise to do full day, 24 hours of no electronics, no web, no cell phone, no email, and I'm going to do it in the middle of the week.
Middle of the
Possibly this
week,
next
okay. I might do it sometime on the weekend, but I couldn't do it in the middle of the week, so I got to use this stuff for work. But on the weekend, I could possibly try to do it on one day on the weekend.
All right. Well, all right. I'll commit to doing it then on a weekend with you. We'll do it on the same day.
Okay, we'll
It's crazy.
we'll discuss that. Find a good day,
So
and
crazy.
we'll do that.
And we'll have a little check-in on the show, and
Yeah.
we'll compare our experiences. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe you found a dark corner in your home to get in the fetal position to stay there for 20 hours. No,
Yeah.
Sing
but
it.
Do it. We'll do it. Let's do that. Let's schedule it up.
Social. Yeah, that'd be bad. Bad stuff. Well,
I log on after
wait,
24
so you
hours.
guys are saying no internet or anything?
Nothing. No email. No cell phone. No radio. No TV. No movies. No anything.
See, I know I can. You don't even have to ask me. I definitely could not do it.
I couldn't either.
Can
I
you use a
wouldn't ask-
car? Can you drive?
Well, me and Joe are doing it for the purpose of, participating kind of, albeit in a disconnected manner from this University of Maryland thing, but, we're doing it on our own way. It's a Social Blade show, sociological study that is
Yes.
happening.
Are you allowed to use a car? That's my question. Can you drive?
Yes,
somewhere?
you can use a car, but no radio. You have to
No
turn off
radio,
the
okay,
radio.
that's fine.
No CDs, no nothing.
Okay. And I think the only exception I'll make is I will bring my camera on this excursion so I can record it. But
No, I encourage you. I'll bring
just
have a
proof,
camera as
just
well.
proof to document the
Proof. We'll document it, and then we'll explain to everyone how 24 hours of hell is.
Yes.
I know I couldn't do it because I couldn't go a full day without going to hothardware.com to get the latest reviews and information about technology, including hardware, software, anything that's happening, if it's a processor, if it's processing, if it's being processed, if it's fast, slow, good, bad. I have to check it out, and I have to go to I have to learn how to speak, and then I go to hothardware.com to find all this information that I need. It's that important to me. Hothardware.com. Do not attempt what Victor and Ergo are going to do, because if you do, you will not make it. You will be, as they say in the fetal position, you will be sucking your thumb, sucking your big toe, and you'll be singing to yourself strange melodies by Coldplay, as Victor likes to sing and in the shower. So
Yeah, if you get a call from the nearest mental institution for me, you know why.
24 hours. You know what? And here's the funny part. I say that I do it in just to try to get the proper sponsor segue. But in reality, if I was able to, from a non what's the word for it? Employment and non-professional perspective, if I was able to disconnect for 24 hours, I could do 48, 72. I don't care. I'm cool with that. Give me a book, or even if I don't have a book, I would rather meditate. If I could just get away and not touch all of this interference out there.
Hold on.
The internet.
Hold on.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna catch you right here, because wasn't it you that just said before the show, can I play Xbox Live during the show?
Oh wait, no Xbox.
Because you were gonna feel you're gonna feel idle with your hands.
I have to reread that article. No Xbox either.
Nothing.
Aaron, you got tag.
I got you.
You're it.
Yes, tag you're it.
Thank you.
We're going to talk about Facebook. You're going to make me talk about Facebook. I love talking about Facebook, so I'm excited. Now, in keeping you informed, yay, with what is new and social with our Facebook, Face.com, which is responsible for tagging over 50 million users on Facebook. Yes, even you with your drunken face. They are now going to allow developers access to their API, so you will be able to add the face detecting service onto your website. They are hoping to add more value to users and the services reach across Facebook. So now Facebook users can personalize photos across the interwebs. For developers, they can create a use that appeals to the Facebook population. And of course, Facebook is the huge connector between faces in photos and the real people as their users. Now, do we think that this is a smart follow-up to the Open Graph API we discussed a couple of weeks ago? Do you want your face tagged on the web?
So wait, how is this going to work exactly then? I'm confused.
Yes, I'm not, but go ahead.
I will break it down for you, developer.
Because I understand. I understand. Hold on. I understand tagging a face on Facebook, but what? It's going to be on every website? I'm confused.
Aaron, keep in mind.
If you take the...
Aaron,
Go
before
ahead.
you say it. It's ergo, so please talk slowly.
Okay. Ergo. What? I know.
For those who don't know, for those who are new to the Social Blade Show, and I see more and more people coming in. Ergo is the smart one. So that's why that was the explanation of the joke. And they always say that you should never explain a joke because then it ruins the joke. So I'm going to shut. Go ahead, Aaron.
Okay. Well, I mean, the thing is that it's what you do is you have access to the API, and what you do is you go to face.com and there's a button on there, and you click it, and then it shows you some examples. And what you do is you take the API and you integrate it into your website, and if you have a photo on there, anybody can tag that photo.
Nice. Just to prove my point, Aaron, what does API stand for?
API?
Yes.
Application Programming Interface.
I was waiting for Ergo to take the sunshine away.
So it's Application Programming Interface. But okay, so here, just as an example then. So on our own website here then, so you're saying that since we have a picture here of Tommy, we could tag this picture right here, so it would have, if you mouse over, it'll say who it is. Is that the deal?
That's right. But we'd have to put that, yes, just like we did with the Open Graph API where we implemented it onto our website with the like and the FacePal plugin. If you add this to our website, then you could tag even yourself or me, or we could tag JD as Victor and Victor as JD or Santa or whomever.
Don't insult Victor like that.
And it goes back to your sorry, and it goes back to your Facebook page. So it'll say, this person was tagged on, I guess, socialblade.com/show.
Okay, that originally I wasn't sold on it, but that actually does sound pretty cool. Very nice.
Well, some people might not like it because it has to do with privacy. So there is a lockdown that you could do on your Facebook.
Sorry.
Privacy.
Let me see if I can find a soundboard for lockdowns. Go ahead.
Go lockdown. Clink, clink. As we've discussed privacy issues with Facebook here on Social Blade alongside the world, however, there has never seemed to be much of a solution to offer. According to a brand new application that was revealed this week titled The Green Safe, you will now be able to lock down your Facebook information. How does it work? Well, it is you installing the application just like any other application on Facebook, and it will store the information once you import it onto the Green Safe's server. The data is sent from Facebook, allowing only your friends to view profile information by way of a profile page tab labeled My Info. Just add the application, and once you have your information imported and it's completed, follow the instructions, which will create a tab on your profile. Only your friends will be able to see it, nobody else. So now, when you have it and your data is being shared with everybody, in this situation, if you use this application, apparently no one else can see it except for the people you choose to friend. However, you will have to then go back to your wall and delete all of the information. So I don't know if it's worth it, but you'll have to go and delete one by one, hand picking them out. And as anything on the internet, you should be warned that this does not make your information 100% private because it's the internet. And always remember to read prior to adding anything to your social sites. So I know, we're not really good at looking at that's not locking down.
So hold on. So you're transferring all your private information from a site like Facebook, who's bad at privacy, to a site called what was it, the Green what was it? Sorry. The Green Safe, which probably most
The
people
Green
have
Safe, yeah.
never heard of before, which we don't know about their privacy policy there. I'm just confused why I'd want to do.
That's
that.
right.
I don't know. That's just me.
I know. You know,
and I was reading.
I'm with you on it.
They actually in the article here that Read Write Web had, they actually list a whole bunch of questions that I guess the developer even answered there about like who he is and why I should do that. So I mean, even though it lists all this, still I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't see why I would recommend this to someone. But it's cool
You
if
know,
someone's at least
I
trying.
wouldn't recommend it either. I'm not really into worrying so much about the privacy. As long as you stay, educated on what's going on with privacy, especially when Facebook has big conferences like the F8, or when there are big changes going on, like when they change the actual layout, like they've done 100 times. But other than that, I mean, just keeping educated on that, I think you're going to be pretty safe. But remember, like when you're on the internet, you're on the internet.
Yeah. So
You choose to use that source of medium, and it's not regulated. It's not private. You're not private.
the author of the site put
Go
this in the email here. He said about his reputation, I am willing to put my name and reputation behind it in... Okay, it's hard to scroll like that. Sorry. I'm willing to put my name and reputation behind it and would like to be open about me and tell people who I am and what I'm doing. I give you full permission to publish and or all of this email. I also hope that people would look at my blog and read about some of the ideas and thoughts I've published before even conceiving of the Green Safe at blog.ljjones.com. So that's what the developer of it said. So he's trying to be open about it, but let's just be honest here. I mean, it's a new site trying to take your personal information away from a big site that already has it.
It already has it.
Which,
True.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. So we're going to battle on. Just like you can against community pages and official pages. As you may be aware, last month Facebook decided to clean up their pages section by splicing it into 2 different categories. One remaining as an official page for businesses and celebrities, and the other being a community page aimed towards fans and interests, which gather information also based on what you add on your profile. Since they're still in the process, based on what your Facebook page information details are, you may receive an email from Facebook stating, and I'm gonna read you what it states because I received this email, and I have a screenshot to show you as well. It states the page so-and-so has been recategorized as a community page. Community pages represent causes, topics, and ideas, as opposed to official entities such as businesses, bands, and public figures. This change has not affected your page's presence on Facebook. If you think your page has been miscategorized, please use the following link to let us know. And they plop the link there and, the Facebook team. Well, I was kind of upset because it wasn't an official page. It was not a community page, and they had already made the switch. And so I clicked on it, and what happens is the link will then take you to a form that you fill out for review if you want to dispute it. It happened, to the page that I was referring to. There was a page that I had adminned, and they went and switched it on me. And then I get this email, and I'm like, what happened? So they're doing the switch for you, and then it's like, stop, don't do it. They don't even give you a warning. It's just done. It just happens. So
Jerks!
But I filled out the form, and within 48 hours, they got back to me, and guess what?
They denied you.
No, Canada wins. Okay, I had to. Good one. I had to put that in. So I won, and they said, you know what? We looked over the information again, and you were right. So we're going to switch it back to an official page. Anyways, do we think that Facebook is automatically changing our pages is good? Do we like the official and community pages that are happening on Facebook?
Oh, wait, hold on. All right. I do because, okay, so just my quick 30 seconds that I'm going to do in 15 seconds real quick, 10 seconds from now. Facebook fan pages are starting to get out of hand, in my opinion, and being able to differentiate between what's real and what's just a quote-unquote fan page or a page now, a community page. I like it. I don't like the fact that they did single you out and make it to where you didn't have it. But let's face it, just like with Twitter accounts, there's certain times where you really want to be the fan of a whatever Justin Bieber. Is that how you say his name? You want to be Justin Bieber's real, follow his actual page, not just a community page built up by a overzealous fan that went out and got lots of followers or whatever, all that good stuff. So I like it.
Oh, so yeah, you're right. If it distinguishes between them, and it's sort of like being official or certified or whatever it is, verified on Twitter, so you know if it's real or not. So yeah, I agree.
Sorry, Aaron.
Sorry.
No, you know what? I didn't say that I didn't, because I thought it was getting out of hand too, especially when it was being called official, like official page for I Love to Sleep. That's kind of crazy.
But I do love to sleep.
You know what I mean? Or I do too. Or official pages of I Love the 80s, or Toe Socks Rock, the official page. I mean, I get that. I get why it was changed into community, and it's really good for it to pull actually from your interests. So when we typed in, as we put in a video this weekend, Social Blade Show in our interests under Facebook, on our profile, boom, it created a community page, and anyone can now add that as an activity or interest on their profile and join that feed. And I think that's kind of cool, keeping it social and letting us know what's going on with what we actually enjoy.
Nice. That's beautiful. Okay, so I'm sold.
Sold.
I love it. Oh, things are kind of slowing down, though. I think it might be time for a quick lightning round to get things rejuvenated.
Dun, dun, dun.
Lightning round time.
Lightning round.
Ergo, play our lightning round. Our lightning round music, please.
Lightning round music. Lightning round music. I was not prepared for lightning round music. Let me see what I can find really quick. You won't hear it, but
That sounds like music for the fail well. I'm just saying.
you didn't hear it, but it was the dramatic whatever thing. Dramatic.
Oh, do it. Do the dramatic gerbil thing.
You can't hear it. You can't hear it the way that my soundboard's set up, unfortunately. But I played it. Go ahead. Lightning round. Go.
No, I can't do it. I gotta get the chipmunk guy going. Hold on.
Yeah, that's the same one I played. Go.
That's awesome. Okay, so let me hold on. I already got out of lightning mode. Let me rejuvenate. Okay, back in lightning mode. Digg URL shortener is now working only for Digg. Those who don't know, Digg got shorter in a couple different ways. First, they got shorter by taking the Digg URL and the shortener aspect of the Digg URL and taking away your ability to go and add it unless it's been submitted to Digg. Also, they're taking away the iframe as promised by Kevin Rose when he became CEO. What he did not promise when he became CEO is that he was going to fire a bunch of people, which is what he did today. Let go of 10% of the Digg staff, and they're gone. See ya. Ergo?
Going once, going twice.
Yes, Twitter came out. Twitter in the past week also came out with an official app for the Android. It looks really, really pretty, but there is one little problem with it. It eats up memory like crazy. I ended up having to uninstall it off of my Android phone because it just I kept getting warnings I was running out of space.
Awesome. And that's our lightning round for this day. Today, the 39th show, the May 6th, 2010. What is it? Cease de Mayo.
Yes.
Lightning.
Post Cinco de Mayo.
Mayo.
6 de Mayo.
I'm trying to bring on a very important person. A man who is not only skilled and talented at building businesses, as well as building a social media presence. He's also amazing in that, how long ago was it, Tommy, that you turned 18?
February 18th of this year.
Frickin' 18th. Tommy Swanson is our guest tonight, and he is currently 18 years, 3 months old, and he's already so much more successful than I've ever been in my 23 years of life.
I wouldn't say that.
So amazing. Tommy, welcome to the Social Blade Show. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no, it's our pleasure. Tell us a little bit about yourself as far as, A, what you're doing, and B, how you are progressing in your social media and web entrepreneur life?
Yeah, so I'd say about 5-6 years ago, probably the age of 13, got into sort of the online business type of deal, just selling stuff on eBay, getting into it. It's developed over the time, and I think it was last August, you yourself were writing for a blog of mine, and it was about social media, and just really caught on to me. I liked the thought of it. I liked the idea of sharing content to the masses. It just excited me. So I progressed through social media. I've considered myself successful at it over the last 6 months or so. And I'm actually going to be doing it full time here shortly in the next month or so.
Amazing. What about, didn't you just graduate from high school?
I actually graduated from high school last year. I just finished up my freshman year at UT Dallas.
Wow. I still have not finished my freshman year. Still working on that one. That's sick. You say that you have blogs. Do you have any websites of your own currently?
Yeah, I got 2 websites that I'm really trying to drill down on. Is our new website called adailysmile.com. It's sort of the idea is my business partner and I, we've been working together for 3 or 4 years, and in the sort of online world, there wasn't really a site where you could sort of sit down each day with your kids or at work and find some content that you could smile at that was safe for work, and again, you could sit down with your family and even read. Some of it's sort of geared towards the older crowd, some geared towards the younger. Right there is 16 of the best popsicle stick jokes, something that anyone can really laugh at. But
why don't I by the bay? Because they be bagels.
Because bagels.
Popsicle stick jokes.
Anyone who's got any sense of humor can laugh at that, whether you're 5 years old or 50. So.
Unfortunately, I have a sense of humor. And you'd mentioned, by the way, just Tommy, drill down is on Sundays. That's Sundays 3 p.m. Pacific time, the drill down. But for now, we're still on the Social Blade Show. Tell us what's your other site?
My other site I've working on right now is called finerhosting.com. Some of you might have heard of fusedhosting.net. That transferred ownership, but that used to be my business partner and I's site a few years back. But sort of the idea of taking business to small businesses who don't have the financial capability of having a DEDI server or VPS, but still offering reliability along with affordability. So that's the idea behind it.
From the audience, they're asking, do you have the Facebook?
The Facebook?
No, the Facebook. That's not a real question. You don't have to answer that.
Yeah, but
He has the Twitbo.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
have
but that
me
is
on
a good question, though.
Twitter or Facebook. Yeah, just Tom Swanson on Twitter and Tommy Swanson on Facebook.
Very good.
But what side are you on, Tommy?
So, what do I like more?
In other words, the question is, if you were stuck on a deserted island and you could only have one social network for the rest of your days, which one would you be using?
Twitter.
Sadly, despite the whispers I hear in my ear, I'm gonna have to say Facebook.
No.
Oh, I won this one. I love it. This is wonderful news.
Wow.
Everyone always says Twitter, and I'm always frowning, and now I'm happy. That's awesome. Why do you like Facebook better than Twitter?
I mean, I've just been on it for a long time and love the features it offers, even though they've had their. I'm not a big Mark Zuckerberg fan by any means, but yeah, I do like Facebook. I like the features it offers. The privacy thing and Mark Zuckerberg, that's a whole different story. But
okay, well, tell me the story, because I mean, I know of his shady past, and I know that he's had, some accusations against him. Is that why you don't like Mark, or do you think he's just a bad businessman? fan.
Yeah, that right there. I think that he's a terrible CEO. I think that they could be at a whole new level than they are right now. I think a perfect example was Kevin Rose before the whole Jay Adelson thing. I mean, and even Tom from MySpace. It's like you can be the face of a company for so long, but once you get to a certain point, I think it's time to be the face, but let someone else run the show that's more experienced than you.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with you there, Tommy, because Mark, I mean, look at how far Facebook has come, and it's the #1 social networking site. And what if it wasn't Mark? What if it was Tom from MySpace that was running it?
Well, I can say I don't think that Mark Zuckerberg by any means it hasn't created an empire that's incredible. I don't doubt that at all. I say that if in the last few years he had handed off the reins to someone who's a bit more experienced, and the big thing for me is when he goes on television and does the interviews, it's painful to watch, in my opinion.
Here's the thing.
Did you?
Hold on, real quick, Aaron. Just on that part, I just want to say real quick that Facebook has been a tremendous and a wonderful and an amazing success in spite of Mark Zuckerberg. That's my opinion.
Absolutely, I agree.
I don't know. Did you see him on Oprah? Did you?
I didn't. I think the one that I watched completely and just sort of my eyes sort of wide opened a little bit was the 60 Minutes episode he did a few years back. It just like not up for that.
You know, it's funny because when I found out about all these accusations about him, it was like, whoa. Because when I saw him on Oprah, he played the young, kind of innocent, rich guy that created this. Like, it was like, wow, I created Facebook. Oh my gosh. You know, so it was like hard to believe at first. And then, you know, reading further and more stories and stuff, it's like, it's true, I think. The courts will decide, I'm sure.
You mean that he stole Facebook as a concept as well as a technology from other sites, and then tried to stifle those sites from being able to use that own technology, even though were the ones that created it?
I'm gonna have to agree 100% with you.
But hold on, the question is if they came up with the idea and then didn't use it, is it really theirs to own?
Actually, they.
I think he just capitalized on it before they did, because wasn't he doing like some sort of programming for him and then sort of left then started his old thing?
Right. He actually
a bit shady.
slowed down the programming of the site that commissioned and paid him to code for them. So that he can. Let's not. I can feel Aaron's anger. Let's talk. Hey, or you know what? Let's talk Digg. You have been extremely for someone who is relatively new to the Digg game. You have been extremely successful. How did you get so successful? How did you learn Digg, Tommy?
I have to say that I think the most important thing, the lesson in my life that I think I could walk away with out of everything sort of applies to Digg is just networking, getting to know the right people, and it really just sort of learning lessons from those people just sort of boosted my game, given small tips and tricks that sort of helped me out in the long run. So I would say just networking, getting to know the people at the top. And that's what I'd say really got me to where I am, just other people.
Do you use Reddit, stumble upon any of the other social news sites?
I do, but I'm not as active on there as I am on Digg. It's all under the same username, Swanson Tom, on the other networks as well.
Ooh, we're gonna check you out. We're gonna upvote you. Nice. What are your plans? Are you said that you're moving forward? How are you going to be moving forward?
In terms of employment?
Well, what's the next stage? You know, you're 18. You're becoming a social media powerhouse. Now what?
That's a good question. I mean, I love this industry. I think I've tested the waters in like every industry online, and I just like the people in this industry are fun to be around, and not only the people, just the industry in general. The idea of again taking an idea that you like and being able to share it with literally tens of thousands of people is a real great feeling. So really just sticking it out with social media, keeping the ball rolling, and again, just I can't see myself leaving social media. Just it's too much fun.
I wholeheartedly agree. Let me pull up we have a couple of questions from the audience, and I seem to have lost that tab, so bear with me. Sing us a song or something while we juggle.
I'm not much of a singer.
Sing just whenever you need to sing a song, all you have to do is throw out basically utilize a song that you know, usually with very few words, and then throw out just change the words in it so that it mixes and matches. Let's see. How about I think it's Social Blade time. Come on, sing with I think it's Social Blade. Okay, never mind. I'm going to stop there. Where's the...
You got some mad skills.
There we go. Beautiful. Questions for our wonderful guest, Tommy Swanson. I have not been checking the chat room, so please, anybody such as Aaron or Ergo or Victor, please jump in with your questions at any moment. Ooh, there's...
Yeah, I kind of have a question. Tommy, so when you said you're testing the waters on Digg, what was your first thoughts going into it? What were your kind of preconceived notions? Like, what were your just kind of perceptions about things like social media before you really, got the nitty-gritty part of it?
Right. So like when JD was writing for the blog, again, it's really just coming back to that one point of and I think he even said it at the RaffleCon panel that they had this past week, is the idea of taking something that you enjoy and being able to share it with the masses is just an incredible feeling. And going into Digg, I mean, I think a lot of us, especially when we get those front page emails, I mean, even down the road after it's been 10, 20, for some people hundreds, if not thousands, still get that buzz of getting on there. So, I mean, right off the bat, I was just like, I wanted to be able to do that, take things that I like and share it with the masses.
Absolutely.
I agree. There's a lot of excitement that is tied with it. I remember the very first time I had my first Digg front page, which was probably late 06, and I actually didn't know anyone. It was one of those where I submitted it, and by some act of God, it just made its way to the front page. I couldn't tell you how it happened. And I thought to myself, I wonder how that happened. I'm going to look into it, and I'm going to start talking to people, and I'm like, figure it out. And eventually, I kind of did. There's a peak of interest, I think, that comes along with just knowing that, hey, this one piece of this cool article, this cool bit of news is reaching thousands and thousands of people. It's just a very exciting concept, So I definitely feel you, man. Definitely share the enjoyment involved, for sure.
Oh, definitely.
We have some questions from the audience. A Rhino 4 asks, what do you enjoy most about what you do?
Well, that's a fantastic question. I think it really comes down to the people. I think many of us sit on the chat rooms all day on Skype and AIM just because these people in this industry are just a joy to hang around and be around. So I'd say really it's not the work, it's just the people in this industry that make it what it is.
Yeah, that
P.S.
is.
add me.
I mean, as any other network that exists online, for instance, within the community of Digg, it's really only as good as the people that really make it up. So the quality folks who are there day in, day out, the people who are, submitting quality content, sharing some awesome, interesting, things. I mean, they really make the experience, I feel, and so it's that and once you get to really know some of these quality people like JD and a lot of other folks, it's just kind of a great thing, feeling to kind of be part of a community, be part of something that has kind of been around for a while, but at the same time is a community that is open, that people can, contribute whenever they want, however they want. It's just I love the concept, and I know people are talking about the Digg redesign, and my hope is it maintains the communitarian aspect, that it doesn't just become a static, personalized news feed.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got 2 power diggers in here, maybe more. Here's a question for you that I don't understand about this new Digg update. Why do they say that they're going to put less influence on the power users, yet they're going to re-release the big board? Does that make sense to you at all?
Yes.
The top list. Yeah, it's weird. It's an inconsistency that I noticed as well because, just gazing upon some new concepts and interesting changes happening with the new Dig, it's just funny that, they're trying to de-emphasize, the rules that, power users kind of play in the whole scheme of things, but at the same time, they're bringing back the top users list. So to me, it seems like an inconsistency in their decision-making as to
Absolutely.
what changes being made. And I honestly couldn't answer. I mean, who knows what's going through Kevin Rose's head? I mean, ever since Jay Adelson left, it's all been it's unpredictable. You can't really designate any sort of conjecture on that.
Well, see, the funny part is I can actually answer that question, but I'm not going to because I'm not supposed to. But I will give you a little bit of a hint. The leaderboard will be coming back, but it's not going to be in the same format, and it's not going to necessarily be following or tracking the stories or it's not only going to be tracking stories that are quote unquote submitted by users to hit the quote unquote front page. So there's going to be other criteria that can help you along in getting, if you do want to be on this board, there are other things that you can do on Digg other than just submit that will help you to see your name in neon Digg lights. And that is all.
Like comment, things like that.
And that is all.
That is all.
And that is all. Zip. We do have another question from the audience from Soji Shirts. Tommy, what is the best way to get people to share your articles?
Ah, good question.
Ooh, that is a good question.
We got
I don't
some good
know.
people here.
Yeah, share your articles. Make it available, because I mean, if you look on a Daily Smile on the site, we try to make it readily available for individuals to have that dig button there, to have that Reddit option there. And really, I think it's that whole viral thing. Once it gets going on one, it's going to start moving on the other, from what I can see at least, or have seen in the past.
Make it available. Outcast asks, how do you make money from social media?
Ooh, that's not a question I'm ready to answer.
The answer to that question is you don't.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, bottom line, and there are, don't get me wrong, I know there's companies, there's people out there that are making money from social media, but you're talking, you might as well shoot for try to become quarterback in the NFL or get a movie deal with Tom Cruise. Oh, wait, that shows how old I am. Sorry, get a movie not Burt Reynolds. How about Justin Timberlake?
I think the closest to getting a movie deal with them is I can go to LA or whatever with my camera, and maybe I can get them in a shot, and just go like this. Hello, and they're in the background.
Ergo the filmmaker.
So to answer your question, the answer is don't. Just enjoy it, and it's like the butterfly. If you let the butterfly, you try to squeeze it, you might kill it. But if you let him go, and if he comes back and you squeeze your hand, and you don't kill it this time, isn't that how the analogy goes? Kind of the same thing with making money on social media. Where's the sad trouble?
Is that a YouTube shirt?
That's
Ergo,
a YouTube
really?
shirt.
Hey, Tommy. Okay, Kreider JA asks, what advice would you give to those just getting started in social media, and someone that's especially around your age?
Yeah, I think it really just goes back to what I was saying earlier, is networking. I definitely, absolutely would not be in the place I am today if it wasn't for others. There's so many people out there that have taken time out of their day just to share some thoughts with me. So really, just really getting to know other individuals in social media, learning a few tips here and there, and just being a good friend when you can. So.
One last question from Jeff also. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Ooh, that is again, I cannot see myself anywhere other than this industry as it stands. it's too much fun, the people and sort of the gist around it. So I couldn't see myself anywhere else.
Nice. Well, and I don't think we can see you anywhere else either, because your future is definitely bright. Anyone who needs an autograph, just contact me. They're $50 each, and get you an autograph from Tommy Swanson. Otherwise,
Just know that Tommy will not receive a dime of that.
he will receive a dime of that. Exactly. Tommy, thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for letting me come on.
Oh, no problem. It's definitely been a pleasure. You're one of the unique stories that helps make Social Blade what it is. When we can get someone like you, that's what we want to do. And I just rhyme. Do not forget to follow us. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. We're all under Social Blade. So twitter.com/Social Blade, facebook.com/Social Blade, youtube.com/Social Blade. You can also, if you'd like to receive SMS alerts of when the show is going live, just go to j.mp/subus, S-U-B-U-S, j.mp/subus, and you will receive a text message every Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, 11:30 p.m. In Aaron's time zone. Newfoundlandish land, somewhere close to Iceland. And yeah. Hey, speaking of which, Aaron, do you have any fallout from the Iceland volcano?
No, we did not. We were supposed to actually get some ashes our way, but we didn't, fortunately. We did get snow, though, instead. The day we were supposed to get ashes. I don't know if that was an effect. Well, but I can tell you, we do have big news.
We do?
Big news. Where's the big news music, JD?
Oh, right. Let's start. We've got some big news! All right, good.
Okay.
That was the best I could
do. Yeah. Okay. Our big news is that we have a brand new Social Blade person that is going to be joining our familia.
Really?
True story.
And does he happen to start the week that Ergo's not going to be here? Because that would be awesome.
True story. And yes, he will. That's next week, Thursday. What day is next Thursday? Jason, you should know you're not going to be here.
What is it? 13th? Yes.
May 13th, where we will announce our brand new Social Blader.
Nice.
Yep.
Thank you one last time to Tommy Swanson. You can find him on Twitter at Tom Swanson. You can find him on Digg at Swanson Tom. You can find him on Facebook, wherever he is on Facebook. You can go to his websites, including, one more time, so somebody who has them visibly in front of them. What are his websites? Fast.
dailysmile.com and finerhosting.com.
You can get hosting, and you can get funny, popsicle stick jokes. Audience, you guys, the ones I'm looking at right now, yes, you, thank you so much. And we will be talking about other important news relating to you as well over the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Speaking of you, there's something else related to that. If you had the word tube after that, we wanted to announce that our YouTube channel, youtube.com/socialblade, in the past, I think it was a week ago, just over a week ago now, we just made partner on YouTube. So what that means is, party! Where's the party music?
Okay.
Okay. No.
Dun 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 dun. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So anyway, what that basically means is all of our Social Blade videos finally can go in one place. You can find everything now at youtube.com/socialblade. Basically, partners are allowed to upload videos longer than 10 minutes. So the entire show can be there, as well as clips of each episode. And if you subscribe, you also get some added bonus videos during the week also. Like this past week, Aaron put up a great video talking about Facebook and how the like button changes now. Or rather, not the like button. It was the interests. Right, Aaron?
Yes, it was the interests and activities on your page, but has to do with your Open Graph API.
Yeah.
But, the YouTube partnership has a lot to do with Ergo. So we want to thank Ergo for putting the time and effort in to helping Social Blade get partnered with YouTube.
And I have special thank Ergo music just for this occasion. Ergo, I want to thank you so much.
Oh no!
Jean-Claude Van Damme, I will dance for you. My name is Jean-Claude Van Damme, I will dance for you. My name is Jean-Claude Van Damme, I will dance for you. My name is Jean-Claude Van Damme.
He's in the zone now.
All right, I'll stop now.
Wow, that was awesome. I can do that over and over again. Thank you to Dave Altaville at hothardware.com, our special, super awesome, amazing, and wonderful sponsor. Please visit. They've had, I have to admit, over the last few days, they have had some amazing breaking news. So check it out. And by breaking news, we're talking about the latest and greatest when it comes to hotware, not hardware, to hotware.
Hot.
Nothing they heard greater about hotware. No, about hardware, about processors and speed and all this beautiful, wonderful stuff. Make sure to check out our special new host who will be joining us next week. His name is. Oh wait, I shouldn't say it yet. Well, next Thursday. Yet we are Social Blade.